Attention passionate New York Giants fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on New York Giants' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true New York Giants fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and New York Giants fans. Let's get to the news. Now, folks, if you've been paying attention to the NFL buzz lately, you've probably heard whispers about a potential blockbuster trade that could shake up the NFC East and more specifically impact the New York Giants' strategy for the rest of the season and beyond. The rumors swirling around involve Jerry Jeudy, the talented wide receiver from the Cleveland Browns, potentially heading to the Giants. Yes, you heard that right. A move that could redefine the Giants' offensive capabilities, especially as they look to climb out of this 2-6 hole and turn things around. But let's break down what's fueling these rumors, what it could mean for the team, and why it's such a game changer. First, let's talk about Jerry Jeudy himself, a player who's been making waves since he entered the league. At just 26 years old, Jeudy is already recognized as a separator, a receiver who can create mismatches on the field with his route running and fluidity. Think of his style as reminiscent of some of the early days of Antonio Brown, before Brown became a household name for his route precision. Jeudy's ability to find soft spots in coverage, combined with his quick cuts and sharp routes, makes him a nightmare for defenses. In 2025, he's been quite productive despite some team struggles, playing 8 games with 51 receptions for 712 yards, averaging 14 yards per catch and scoring 6 touchdowns. His catch rate is impressive at nearly 70%, which shows how reliable he is when targeted, and he's averaging close to 90 yards per game, numbers that absolutely catch your attention. His PFF grade this season is an outstanding 87.5, which puts him among the top tier of receivers in the league. And when you look at his EPA per target, which is plus 0.44, it indicates that when he's targeted, good things tend to happen for the offense. His YAC, yards after catch, stands at 5.4, showcasing his ability to turn short catches into significant gains. In terms of creating first downs, he's been responsible for 30 this season, and he's already accumulated a career-high 229 yards in 2024, a clear sign that he's entering his prime. What makes Jeudy so intriguing for the Giants is not just his raw stats, but his play style and the potential fit within Brian Daboll's offensive system. We've seen how a talented receiver like Jeudy can elevate an offense. Think about how Courtland Sutton's trade to Denver in 2023 gave the Broncos a boost of over 190 yards in a game, or how Jeudy's max output of 124 yards in Week 4 created big plays and shifted momentum. His success against press coverage is notable, 66.8% success rate, and he's proven to be a reliable intermediate route runner, which is essential for a team looking to diversify its attack. Now, turning our attention to the Browns, a team that's currently struggling with a 1-5 record and sitting in a rebuilding phase. Cleveland has roughly $1 million in cap space and is looking to shed some salary as they focus on their future. According to reports from Schefter and Rossini, the Browns are in a position where they're more than willing to move Jeudy, especially as they are sellers at this point in the season. They're also dealing with a defense that gives up 29 points per game, so their priority might be to free up cap space to bolster other areas like their offensive line, which has a PFF grade of 69. Cleveland's management is known for being cautious about trading away key assets unless they get fair value, but the potential of acquiring a future draft pick, like a 5th-round pick in 2026, in exchange for Jeudy is an attractive proposition, especially if they're considering a rebuild. On the other hand, the Giants are in a different spot. They're 2-6 but have been building depth at the wide receiver position, and the addition of a player like Jeudy could be the spark plug they need to turn this season around. Their current cap space is around $7.8 million, and adding Jeudy could give them a significant boost in offensive production, especially after the recent rumors suggesting that they're interested in increasing their receiver depth. With the Giants, Jeudy would fit nicely alongside players like Darius Slayton and Jalen Hyatt, creating a dynamic group capable of stretching defenses and opening up more opportunities for Daniel Jones or Tyrod Taylor, depending on who's under center. But what would this trade really mean for the Giants' offense? Well, if Judy joins the team, projections suggest he could surpass 1-0 yards for the season, adding around plus 21% EPA per play and significantly increasing their first down conversions, potentially plus 26 first downs over the course of the season. His ability to stretch the field and create mismatches would force defenses to rethink their game plans. It's not just about the yards, it's about the threats he creates. Imagine him running routes with Neighbors, who's been showing flashes of potential, and the two together forming a formidable duo. This could elevate Daniel Jones's performance, especially considering his PFF grade of 78-1, which could rise further with an improved supporting cast. Furthermore, from a strategic perspective, adding Judy would help the Giants' aerial attack, which has been somewhat inconsistent this season. Their average passing yards per game is around 220, but with Judy's ability to beat coverage and make contested catches, this number could jump significantly. His route efficiency, adding +2. 0 yards per route means more explosive plays and bigger chunks of yardage per drive. This added explosiveness would translate into more scoring opportunities and potentially a shift in the team's overall confidence and momentum. Now, let's talk about the bigger picture. The NFL trade market is always unpredictable, but recent history shows that acquiring a receiver like Judy can be a true game changer. Think about past trades involving wideouts that turn defenses around. Sometimes it's a single player who acts as the final piece of the puzzle. For the Giants, it's about building a more potent offensive unit that can compete in the playoffs and hopefully make a deep run in February. Their Super Bowl odds, which currently hover around plus 15-0, could see a dramatic shift if such a move is made, pushing their chances closer to plus 7,500. It's a bold move, but one that could pay huge dividends if Judy becomes the X factor that propels the Giants to the next level. Of course, there are skeptics, and the Browns are cautious about giving up a valuable asset like Judy, especially since they are in a rebuild mode and need to evaluate what they have. They're also concerned about the cap implications and the impact on their defense, which is giving up 29 points per game, an area they want to address in the offseason. Meanwhile, the Giants are optimistic. They see this as an opportunity to not only add a talented wide receiver, but to also send a clear message. They are serious about contending, about turning this season around, and about leveraging every asset they have to compete in the NFC. This potential trade, if it happens, would be more than just a roster move. It would be a statement. It signals that the Giants are willing to go all in, to add firepower and to challenge the division's established powers. It's about creating mismatches, about improving their chances in the postseason, and about giving Daniel Jones a receiver who can truly elevate his game. Looking ahead, the impact of such a move could extend into the playoffs. Adding Judy could increase the Giants' win probability against man coverage by around 17%, a significant boost when facing tough defenses. It's no coincidence that past successful offenses in the league have often been built around star receivers making big plays. Think about how WR trades have historically turned teams around. The right receiver can be the X factor in tight games, especially in high-pressure situations. As we wrap up, it's clear that the potential acquisition of Jerry Jeudy by the Giants is more than just a rumor. It's a strategic move that could reshape their season and redefine their future. The Giants are at a pivotal moment. Do they pull the trigger and secure a player who could be the difference maker? Or do they hold back, risk missing out on the opportunity to elevate their offense and compete at the highest levels? Only time will tell, but one thing is for sure. A move like this could mark a new chapter for the Giants, one filled with hope, excitement, and the pursuit of greatness. And now, New York Giants fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to US and TO, the New York Giants. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest New York Giants news.